Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Hexbots Hexbug Battlebots Series 2 Championship Bracket. Try and say that 3 times fast. Throughout the whole season, we have absolute destruction, minor upsets, and fights that we just wanted to throw in together. But finally, after like 4 to 5 months, I'm pretty sure, we will finally crown our Hexbots champion, and will join Kingslayer and Aquatic Disaster as champions. And I'm just saying, Kingslayer is the Season 1 champion, and Aquatic Disaster is the Rookies Cup champion. So that sort of counts. But well, in all honesty, we're beginning with the first half. I will be starting with the battle with the number 32 seed, that being Beta and Assassin. And then we will actually kick off the actual round. So, let's kick off the tournament with Assassin and Beta. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin. Assassin up to speed. Does a little hit there to Beta. Beta backing off and trying to do a nice little hit there, but Assassin just keeps on keeping on with those big hits. They're definitely the stars of their they're sort of working. They just did a little stutter there. That's all, folks. Assassin trying to attack Beta. Beta, well, obviously their hammer won't work because why not? And big hit there from Assassin, knocking them off the shelf. So, that's at least something. And both robots stuck. Assassin is stuck beneath the ground, and Beta is on the shelf. But Assassin is working just barely. But I don't know if it's enough. It's going to be a double knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered a judge's decision due to a double knockout. They awarded it a split decision win to Assassin! And we now can officially start the tournament now that we have Assassin as our number 32 overall seed. As we will start things off in Quadrant 4 with Sawblaze and Riot. And the next will be Whiplash versus Lester the Lobster. So let's begin. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Let the battle begin. Sawblaze, I don't know what they were doing there. Sawblaze getting underneath of Riot and getting him stuck into the side wall, but losing a fork in the process. What a start from Sawblaze, and now Riot is on the non-existent pit, or the wedge. I'm sorry, I keep calling it both. Sawblaze, just keep on keeping on. I guess they win. Riot gets off at the non-existent pit, or god damn it, the wedge. Sawblaze doing the best they can as Riot literally just said, "I always come back." That is a Five Nights at Freddy's joke. You will probably get it if you understand its lore. Sawblaze doing a little wheelie in place because it's Sawblaze. What's new? Sawblaze being ramped up into the shelf. This is not good for them. Riot trying to do something to get themselves on the wedge, and so does Sawblaze, but both escape. Both doing the grape escape, if anything. And Riot hammering down and knocks a fork off of Sawblaze with their locksmith key. We've yet to see their second axe, but they said they sold it somewhere on eBay. Well, that stinks. Sawblaze, doing something. Is Riot okay? I'm assuming they are. Sawblaze will ram me at nothing. Way to go, bro. And Sawblaze getting up in there and Riot onto the wedge. And Sawblaze is stuck. It gets its fork stuck into the freaking wedge. Well, that's an embarrassing way to go. Sawblaze, you were doing well, and you threw it out, and you gave it to the 21 seeds in Riot. And Riot just aiming for there, and Sawblaze they said they're done. Riot, stop! Jesus! And again, another major upset in the bag, as Riot, he practically did nothing. It's like that moment, Luigi wins by doing absolutely nothing. And well, that was Riot, as he practically just let Sawblaze just kill himself right onto the non-existent, just the wedge. Yeah. Anyways, next battle. Whiplash versus Lester the Lobster. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin. Whiplash and Lester up to speed. Lester removes a wedgelet off of Whiplash to begin with. Whiplash gets underneath of Lester, tries to lift him over, but in the process gets stuck into the wedge. Great driving. And there goes another wedgelet off of Whiplash. Whiplash trying to get underneath of Lester the Lobster. And does so! It does a complete lift on Lester! Well, my oh my, Lester is flipped over and he has no way of getting back in. Whiplash, what are you doing? Whiplash, just keep him there. Oh, and just to add insult to injury, he removes a claw. Well, thanks a lot, Whiplash. I like it. Whiplash, I don't know what they're doing. Are they trying to get Lester out of the arena? I'm pretty sure they're trying to get him out of the arena, but it just fails miserably. Lester get its weapon back up to speed, but I don't think that's enough, and I guess Whiplash, takes the win. The number 9 seeds. As that's gotta be somewhat my favorite fight so far in the bracket, as Lester the Lobster, well, he goes out, and Whiplash takes to the win and goes through. Next up, Hypershock versus Gregory. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. Hypershock up to speed. Gregory with a big charge, and they stopped. Gregory have stopped. Seriously, this is the worst moment you could be in. You're in the tournament, for crying out loud. Oh, and well, Gregory are slowly moving, but Hypershock just skidding and just landing big hits onto the little piglin. That zombie piglin from Minecraft. Can you believe they're making a movie of it? I know. Hypershock willing to back off, but landing some little hits onto Gregory. Why are they doing this? Well, I mean, Hypershock are a bully, number 1. Number 2, GoldenEye. No. And, well, yeah. Hypershock just rather take that win pretty smooth like butter. And, well, I mean, just Gregory practically did nothing. He did nothing. He went after Hypershock and then just like, you know what, I'ma head out. And his soul left his body. Well, I mean, enough with that. We now have, oh goodness, Sergeant Tankshell, the number 8 seed, and the 25 seed Brutus. This is not going to end well for Brutus. I know it. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. This is going to be a great fight, and I know it. Sergeant Tankshell up to speed, and, well, just pushes back Brutus, you know, because this is Brutus's first time in the tournament, and, whoa! The back piece comes off of, or the top comes off of Brutus, and there goes the front wedgelet of Brutus. Well, Sergeant Tankshell made him take him go easy, but now is giving him the hard stuff as he pushes him onto the wedge, and there goes that other wedgelet, and Brutus is naked. Oh, you know what, don't try to think about that. Brutus, now he's stuck in Sergeant Tankshell's shell, I guess you could say. Like a turtle, almost. And now, Brutus trying to get off, and Sergeant Tankshell is back up to speed. Well, Brutus already was to begin with. Ooh! Big hit by Tankshell, and again, Brutus being grounded right now by Sergeant Tankshell. And what a big hit by Tankshell! Brutus, my goodness, they made it to the tournament well. As the 25 seed, not gonna lie. But Sergeant Tankshell is where it's at, the number 8 seed. They were the number 15 last season, and they come back strong. They came back in black, I guess you could say. And a little knockback between the both of them. I guess that was Brutus that landed the better hit, because Tankshell just got itself flying for some reason. And Brutus continuing to be hit in the face by the likes of Sergeant Tankshell. And Tankshell, or if anything, Brutus, I'm surprised they haven't got themselves out. They're just absorbing these hits. My goodness, and Tankshell popping itself. Well, that's to happen when you have an overweight weapon on your back. Tank Shell trying to destroy more parts of Brutus, but I don't really think that's working at the moment. Brutus trying to Tank Shell, and Tank Shell with another big hit there onto Brutus, and again Brutus taking the huge exchange from him. If there is a trophy for most hits took into a robot, it's going to Brutus. Because Brutus, they managed to get in the tournament with the likes of Bronco, but well, I don't know. They're doing pretty well for the most part, but you know, they gotta do something other than just being a punching bag for Tank Shell. And Tank Shell is on the shelf! Or no, the non-existent the wedge. Sergeant Tank Shell are on the wedge. Until now. And Tank Shell landing a big hit there to the front of Brutus, but it's gonna go to the judges. What a fight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered another judge's decision. This time not a double knockout. It is a unanimous decision, and they're giving it to the winner. The number 8 seeds, Sergeant Tank Shell! I want to ask you this, my friend. Did Brutus ever stand a chance against Sergeant Tank Shell? Did he? I mean, that's how he got out. Sergeant Tank Shell moves on to the next round to face Whiplash. I already know Whiplash is going to be on his knees against him. But now next up, the Predator of the Jungle versus a foul mouth who actually did well. It's Spikosaurus versus Duck. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin. Take your last breath, Duck, because you're gonna need it against Spikosaurus. Spikosaurus with a little bite there onto the front of Duck. Duck, I'm surprised they don't have any armor plates, and will they have to need them because they lost a wheel? And well, Spikosaurus just taking the opportunity and just trying to destroy, but Duck just flips himself for some unworldly reason. Duck, are you okay? Alright, Duck is okay. He's still yet to live. Spikosaurus circling around and trying to break Duck. Duck is on the shelf for some unworldly reason as Duck pushes back Spikosaurus. Is that a late attempt from Duck to try to get Spikosaurus finished? Because Spikosaurus is the talking point of this entire season. I mean, they were absolutely destructive in both their heats of their entire tournament. Big hit by Spikosaurus, knocking off the top panel of Duck. But Duck, they've been an absolute wreck. If you were to give Duck the tournament win, I would gladly say so, because more like Brutus, they absolutely dominated, I mean, somewhat in the heat stages, but I definitely do think Duck is in a good position in the tournament. Well, I mean, not against a good opponent, because Spikosaurus is literally the dictionary definition of death. I mean, I personally give that to Sergeant Tank Shell because of that previous fight, but who cares? Potato, potato. As Spikosaurus trying to push back Duck, they reset their lifter, and there goes another wheel off of Duck. But Duck, I'm not too sure if they can even lift Spikosaurus because, ooh, but they can deflect the spinner. As proven there, Duck deflecting the hits off of Spikosaurus, and that's what's best known for Duck, is it could take all the hits from all spinners. Vertical, horizontal, it will take it all and eat it up for breakfast. Duck trying to do something. Spikosaurus having some drive issues. Have they got themselves in an issue? Duck and Spikosaurus onto the wedge. Can Duck lift Spikosaurus, or can Spikosaurus land a decent hit and tear off the face of Duck? Because I'm not surprised Duck's face, or his face, is not off. Are either one of them moving? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to go to the judges anywho, but we need answers. Are both okay? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to the judges, but Duck, they escape, but it's too late. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered another judge's decision. We have a split decision. Judge 1 scored the battle for Duck. Judge 2 scored the battle for Spikosaurus. And Judge 3 scored the battle for the winner, Spikosaurus! Wow. That has got to be the closest fight we've ever had. But I mean, you can obviously see on why Spikosaurus would have won, but I will give it to Duck because, I mean, he stayed mostly in control of this fight, and throughout the whole fight, Spikosaurus had drive issues. I'm surprised they didn't resolve it or just get a new chassis entirely. But, well, Spikosaurus moves on nonetheless, and Duck, well, turns into another Thanksgiving feast. No, wait, that's a turkey. Gobble, gobble. Next up, we got Mortal Enemy versus Shadow. 3, 2, 1, activate. The bot battle begin. Mortal Enemy up to speed, but gets pushed back by Shadow as it tries to lift them over, but, oh, it doesn't succeed. Mortal Enemy being pushed into the sidewall. They haven't done, well, I mean, any damage right now. And being lifted up by Shadow right on the flag. Well, I mean, that's something. Shadow grabbing a hold of Mortal Enemy and trying to lift it over, but it's not working. Shadow, they have also done pretty well last season, managing to get 3rd place over Sergeant Tank Shell. Mortal Enemy onto the shelf, but Shadow just keeps pushing him there. Shadow, I'd rather you prefer to just keep him in the shelf than just continue to go at him. Because I want to tell that to all robots, but they don't want to listen to me. Well, no one does. Shadow getting underneath of Mortal Enemy. Can he lift him over? No, he can't. Unfortunately. Can Mortal Enemy escape? Yes, he can, but in the process being lifted up there by Shadow and being eaten alive? What is Shadow doing? Is he trying to eat Mortal Enemy? Well, that's what it looks like. Mortal Enemy almost lifted over again by Shadow. Shadow trying to lift him over. The ultimate life form is now trying to take on Mortal Enemy as he gets onto the wedge, but Shadow pushes him back on, and Mortal Enemy deflecting, or Shadow, I guess I should say, deflecting a hit from Mortal Enemy, but Mortal Enemy being pushed back as both robots onto the wedge. Mortal Enemy stuck on the wedge, and so is Shadow. Shadow, just stay away from there. Oh my god, Shadow, just stop. Keep Mortal Enemy there. Just please. Shadow just eyeing away as if he's trying to say, I've done my part and I did it well. Well, apparently not, because Mortal Enemy is back in the fight. Oh my goodness. Shadow and Mortal Enemy both stuck onto the wedge. Oh no. Mortal Enemy is free. This means trouble for Shadow, but not really, as Shadow gets Mortal Enemy back onto the wedge. Now, Shadow, keep him there. I don't know what part of it do you not get. As Shadow, the number 17 seeds versus the 16 seeds in Mortal Enemy, and Shadow, well, I guess Shadow takes the win, I guess. And, well, I guess that was the second time this season the 17 seeds take out the 16 seeds, because last time, I believe, Bite Force took out Orbit, and here, Shadow took out Mortal Enemy. Sorry to say for Mortal Enemy that he's gone. I really enjoyed that robot, but sad to see him gone, and well, Shadow moves on to the next round. He will face either Assassin or Hypershock. Good luck with that. But first, we have the War Spiders versus Bronco. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. Bronco gets close to the War Spiders and flips over the blue one. Flips over number 6. Bronco gets underneath the number 51. And we're trying to do something. I don't know why, but the War Spiders remind me of something from like Fallout 4. And there goes number 51 out of the arena. Bronco, you son of a Dutch, you've done it again. And Bronco, I'm trying to lift number 6 over, and I guess they did. Bronco takes the win. And, well, a pretty easy win there for Bronco, I must admit. Well, I mean, anywho, the War Spiders practically did nothing. They were defenseless, so then Bronco just decided to yeet them out of the arena. Thank you, Bronco, you did me a favor. But now, to end off the first part of our bracket tournament, we have the number 1 seed, Hypershock, versus the number 32 seeds, Assassin. I cannot wait to see how this fight goes out. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin. Hypershock and Assassin both up to speed. They both have done very well to get into the tournament. I must admit it. But I think it might go to Hypershock for this one. Big hit from Hypershock. And just destroying, or just taking out most of Assassin. Pushing it back in. Well, I guess Assassin is done. And now trying to push it back. Oh my god. Look at the spinner of Assassin. It's just broken. Oh no. Our weapon. It's broken. Hypershock, what did you do? Hypershock pushing back Assassin as it grabs a hold of him. Hypershock, oh my goodness. The number 1 seed's going to the tournament. I thought Quarter Pounder was a crazy number 1 seed last season. Hypershock is even better. As Hypershock pushes, he pushes Assassin right onto the shelf. And Hypershock, you've done well, my friend. You have done well. What a fight. And well, that will do it today. Congratulations to the top 2 seeds, the number 1 seed, Hypershock, and the number 4 seed, Bronco, to make it to the next round. And then the next week, we will have the number 2 seed, Flippy, and the number 3 seed, Thunderstrike. Go at it. And, yeah, we'll see you next time. Rest in peace, Assassin.